Okay, this is the second day of this lesson. What do you remember? And this is Module 1, Lesson 2, Compare and Order Integers on a Number Line. So I want you to kind of figure out what you remember, fill in what you can, and then play the video once you're done. I'm going to start right here in this box. The temperatures on 4 mornings are -8, -2, -11, and 0. We're going to graph them. So I have -8. So -5, 6, 7, 8 right there. -2, -11, and 0. So it was very cold there. So we did A. I'm going to check that off. What was the coldest temperature? That was -11. What was the warmest temperature? 0. Now we're going to order them from least to greatest. So I have 0, -2, -8, and -11. Now, guys, if they don't give you a number line to put it on, and you can do it without drawing your own number line, because I think a lot of you could probably put this in order in your head and do least to greatest, do that. Don't do more work for yourself. If you're a visual learner and you need to draw it out, make sure you do that. We're going to look right here, down here at this little gray box. The depth of a deep sea diver can be represented by a negative integer. If the diver is 5 feet below the surface of the water, then the diver's elevation is -5, because below would be negative. One diver's elevation is -30 feet. The other's is -25. Which number is less? Graph the elevations on a number line to answer the question. So this number line right here. So I have -30. I have -25. -30 is less. Write an inequality to compare the two elevations. So we're going to take -30 and -25. It is less than. If you wrote -25 first, it would be greater than -30. I will take either way. So, or. What does 0 feet mean? 0 feet means you are at the surface of the water. Okay, up here. Bank accounts can have a positive or negative balance. When a person takes out more money than is in the account balance will be negative. A bank account balance is -26. Graph -26 on the number line. Now, we are counting by 5s here, so it's going to be just a little bit past -25. So that's -26 right there. If a second bank account has a balance that is less than -26, identify a possible second balance. So anything that's less than -26 is going to be on the left-hand side of this. It's going to be that way. So any number on that side, I'm just going to go with 30 because it's written there. So a second balance could be -30. So you could have -$30. And then we're going to write an inequality to compare the balances. So I can have -30 is less than -26, or you could have -26 is greater than -30. Now, you didn't have to pick 30 there. You could have had a different number. You could have had -27. You could have -45. Just any number that's on the left-hand side. None of these numbers over on the right-hand side. Graph the numbers on the number line, then write an inequality to compare the numbers. So we have -14, 2, 4, 6, 8. We're counting by 2s. So -14 would be there. 2, 4, 6. -6 would be there. We're going to write our inequality. -14 is farther on the left-hand side, so less than -6. Or you could have -6 is greater than -14. This one we have 6, 2, 4, 6, and -1. And -1 goes halfway because we're counting by 2's. Now, when we look at this, 1 is positive and 1 is negative. When that is the case, you don't even have to look at the number, just look at the signs. The -1 is obviously going to be smaller than the +1. So you could write 6 is greater than -1, or -1 is less than 6. We're going to graph the numbers on the number line and then write the numbers in order from least to greatest. We have -1, 1, -4, and 0. So we're going to do -4, -1, 0, and 1. Then on this one, we have -2. We have 1, -6, and -4. Again, if the numbers line is not provided for you and they don't say you have to draw one, don't draw one and just put the numbers down. So we have -4. Not -4, I'm sorry. We're going to start with -6, -4, -2, and 1. Okay, that's the end of the what do you remember sheet. If we flip on back, that's your assignment. So we have 1, 2, 3. In this little blank spots, that's where I'm expecting you to write your answers. Make sure to go through it if you're a type of person in a word problem that needs to underline or circle things like I've been doing, do that. So we have 3 little word problems right here. This one's just asking who picked the greater number. This one's writing an inequality, so you're going to use less than or greater than. So these are your numbers right here. I would just go ahead down and write your numbers and then fit your sign in. Who's going to the higher floor? Nathan or Eva. This one, you're going to graph them, then write the inequality. That means less than or greater than. You're going to graph the numbers and then put them in order from least to greatest. You're going to write these numbers in order from least to greatest. If you need to draw yourself a number line, do it. If you don't need to, don't worry about it. This one, you're just inserting less than, greater than, or equal to. I'll give you a hint. It is not equal to. Number 8, you're going to choose all that apply. So that means you're going to do more than 1. There is going to be 3. So make sure you choose 3 different ones there. Then we're going to wrap up with our spiral review. What number is 10 times as great as 450? 10 times will be your hint. You just need to multiply by 10 on that one with 450. Okay, Cynthia gave 1/5 of her toys to her little sister. If she originally had 25 toys, how many did she give away? So we are going to be doing a problem of that. So you can take 1/5 times 25. I'll set that up for you and see what you can do there. Laquan has 2 pieces of fabric, each measuring 3 1/4 feet long. How many feet of fabric does Laquan have in total? So he has 2 pieces of this length. You can either multiply by 2, or you can do 3 1/4 plus 3 1/4. And it's going to be labeled in feet on this one.